What is good, YouTube? Warstew here with a follow-up video from Ruby Rose leaving Batwoman after only one season. So if you are new around here, make sure to subscribe to never miss any of the videos at the 100,000 subscriber mark. I will be giving away something pretty darn cool, so make sure to subscribe, share the video out, and turn notifications on. So the only reason I'm doing this follow-up video is because the reason that we said in the previous video about the shock exit wasn't exactly true, and it's a very interesting Hollywood story. So, this is coming directly from tvline.com, exclusive story. It was posted 2 days ago as of the time of recording this, and it's very shocking. It really is. Ruby Rose wanted off Batwoman, and no one was going to stand in her way. Now, this is very weird because if you look at the other main leads, Stephen and Mel, you can't really see anyone replacing him. Grant Gustin as the Flash, Barry Allen, etc. Mr. Benoist, Supergirl, etc. It's really weird that it says no one was going to stand in the way. Now, if the Flash wanted to leave, obviously Grant Gustin, there would be a big kick up. If Stephen and Mel were left, Arrow, oh wait, they axed the show after he left because he couldn't be replaced. So it's very interesting and shocking. Although the actress' sudden surprise departure from the CW superhero drama after just one season framed on Tuesday, and her choice alone, sources confirmed to TV Line that the split was at best a mutual one. But it's sounding to me like she was fired in a way. It really does. You'll understand next. So the next bit says, it wasn't 100% her decision. But then if you look at the initial report when it says it was a mutual decision, and now it's saying it wasn't a mutual decision. A source close to the show, it was a breakup. She wasn't happy working on the show, and that make her fun to work with. So essentially what it's saying is she wasn't happy, so it made everyone around her unhappy. So everyone decided it would be in the best interest of the show for all parties concerned that it just wasn't a good fit, which is kind of shocking when you consider there's like 19 to 20 episodes. I'm nearly at the end of the season and it is getting better, which it's still not a great show. It's getting better throughout it. So let's continue. According to an insider, Rose, coming off the features from John Wick Chapter 2 and The Meg, was distressed by working long hours, demanding of a lead for a television person, obviously being a lead of a show, did not accumulate well to life in Vancouver. So apparently she did not like living in Vancouver. Obviously, if you are shooting for 9 months out of the year, maybe longer, you're going to have to move to wherever they shoot, and they shoot in Vancouver. Batwoman marked the actress' first full-time gig following her debut as the Scarlet Knight in the Arrowverse 2019 December Elseworlds crossover and a short arc on Orange is the New Black. So now it's saying that she didn't like living in Vancouver, she didn't like the job, she didn't get on with people, maybe, I don't know, but to say that she was not happy on set and that had a knock-on effect to the rest of the crew, everyone decided it was a better fit if she just left the show. Reps from Warner Bros. And CW declined to comment on this story. Rose spokesperson, meanwhile, could not be reached for comment. Now, this is very weird, to be honest, because, like, if she's left the show because she didn't want to do it, fair enough. But now, it is sounding to me that was she really fired? Now, it's going to be interesting to see whoever replaces her. In a joint statement released on Tuesday, Berlanti Productions and Warner Bros. Television confirmed that Rose's iconic role would be recast with another LGBTQ actress. We thank Ruby for her contribution of the success of our first season and wish her all the best. The two companies said the studios and networks are fully committed to the Batwoman's second season and a long-term future. We, along with the show's talent creative team, look forward to sharing its new direction, including a new cast of a lead and a member of the community in the coming months. Now, what is interesting is the ratings weren't exactly high. Less than 1 million views, 1 million live views is not very good. Batwoman Season 2, like many returning series, is not slated to premiere till at least January 2001. So they're going to have to cast someone pretty soon. I presume shooting around most of the world will presume July, August, September. It will be delayed. Rose landed the role of Kate Kane, Batwoman, in August 2018 following a brief search for an LGBT actress to portray the famously gay vigilante. But within a week, Rose had shut down comments off her Instagram after a wave of backlash. Where on the earth did Ruby is not a lesbian, therefore she cannot be Batwoman come from? Has to be the funniest, most ridiculous thing I've ever heard. Read, she posted, I came out at 12 and for the past 5 years had to deal with it. Okay, and then it just goes on to talk about that kind of stuff. So it is interesting that it seems to me like she was fired in a way, but she was unhappy about it in a way. She didn't like living in Vancouver in a way. So then it is kind of mutual. Now, the idea of a Batwoman show is very good, but I'm currently catching up on season 1. I've got 3 episodes left. They've just introduced a character who apparently is best friends with Batman. And it's like Batman every single episode. Now, someone in the comments from the last video on this said that I am literally out of context when I say they bring up Batman every single episode. And then she does. She's like, I fell, Bruce. I went to the other side. So they do mention Batman quite a lot. So I don't get it. That the cast is someone who they wanted to do it. And they aren't happy with her. It's just really weird that reports are Ruby Rose wasn't happy. But then you read this information from tvline.com, very respectable website, very big company. It wasn't 100% her decision. So was she fired? Wasn't she fired? Is Amber Heard going to be the next Batwoman? No. Is Emilia Clarke? I don't know. So it seems to me like she didn't want to work on a TV series long term because like we said before, when you get into a CW show for these kind of shows, it's the same thing with Riverdale, Archie Andrews, all the characters on there, etc. You're expected to do 5, 6, 7 seasons standard. So to finish after 1 season is odd because they knew about this departure well ahead of time. Now when Stephen Amell left Arrow, they let the fans know months ahead that the last season of Arrow was going to be the final season. Now what they should have done here is told the fans as soon as they found out, but by the way, Ruby Rose is not going to be continuing in season 2. Now if you are a fan of this show, you wouldn't have stopped watching just because they were recasting the main character. I do find it very interesting. There's a bunch of other YouTubers talking about this kind of stuff, and everyone's take of it is different. So it is interesting. Personally, it sounds to me that she is unhappy. She told Warner Bros. And they were like, okay, if you're not happy, then you should leave. And that pretty much seems like it was savage in that kind of term. So it is interesting. And I normally don't cover stories like this, but I decided to cover it because of the new information that she wasn't 100% happy and it wasn't mutual when initially the report said it was mutual. It's just very weird because when you get a role like this, you don't just leave. You're in it for EndGame, long run. It's like working for Marvel Studios. You work for Marvel, they expect you to have 6 to 7 appearances. You don't get in the superhero game for a one-off role. So I honestly think she was fired in some capacity. Like major websites, Deadline, TV, they're all asking, was she fired? I honestly think she must have been fired in some capacity. It's a very weird story, and I guess they're going to have to be very careful of who they decide to recast her with in retrospective form. Or maybe it could be the injury that she had on set where she nearly busted open her spinal cord and was nearly paralyzed. But that was months ago, and if that was affecting her, and if she, had mental health issues because of that, maybe that could be the reason why she has left it. But like I keep saying, the show could improve. I don't think the weakness of the show is the acting, although the acting isn't very good in some capacity. Alice is very good, and everyone else is fine. I think the main problem is the storyline was so weak to the point where it was weaker than Supergirl. And Supergirl is pretty weak. So they just need to hire better writers, so to speak, and essentially stop telling everyone every single episode that Batman or Bruce Wayne isn't around. It's ridiculous. I just don't get it. I do think it's interesting. So like always, guys, please like, subscribe, and comment. That will help me and the channel a lot. And I will catch you in another video very soon. Catch ya later.